Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the hundreds and hundreds of B Taylor subscribers. Now, I just wanted to get my thoughts on a fight that's coming up that was just made recently, and I didn't have a video on it, so gotta get to it. October 3rd, at 140 in the junior welterweight division, Viktor Postol and Matthysse will be taking on each other at StubHub Center in California for the WBC title. Just want to get my thoughts on the fight. I think it's a good fight. I like the fight. It's a very interesting fight because Postol, while not a huge puncher, is he's very tall for somebody at 140. He's 5'11 at 140. Most guys at 140 are like 5'6, 5'7, 5'8 ish. He's 5'11, so that means he's got a definite reach advantage in the Matthysse fight. Not a big puncher, so it's not like we're talking about a guy who has the reach and the power. He just has the reach. He's not known as a big puncher. His knockout percentage is like 40%. It's never really flashed great knockout power, but nonetheless, it's going to be a problem. It can be a problem for Lucas Matthysse, and it's an attribute that he's more than capable of exploiting. On the other side, we have Lucas Matthysse, who's one of the more well-known fighters at 140. Postol's kind of unknown to most people, but he's a good fighter. But people know who Matthysse is. He's coming off of arguably the fight of the year with Ruslan Provodnikov. He won via majority decision. But he's had some good wins in his career. He's beaten Lamont Peterson, DeMarcus Corley, John Molina Jr., which is also fight of the year. So he's got some good wins, and to beat Postol, who's undefeated, Viktor Postol's undefeated, one of the better fighters in that division. He could have had a softer touch. He could have fought somebody, who's a lot less harder than Postol. He could have taken on, he could have went the route. Could have fought a Ray Beltran. Could have fought a Broner. Could have fought, even a rematch with Provodnikov would have been easier than this. Even though Provodnikov's a tough competitor, but to fight Postol really is a hard fighter to beat at 140 because of the size at 140. It's very easy for him to control range, and if Matthysse has any problems landing on him and getting him to think about that power, then it's going to be tough for him to win because Postol, just like I said, the size, the reach, he's able to control range. But I think it's a good fight because there's attributes in this fight that both fighters can exploit very easily. For Postol, like I've alluded to a ton of times in this video already, he has the reach, he has the jab, he has the size on Matthysse. But for Matthysse being 5 inches shorter than him, he has the power. One guy has the reach, this guy has the power. Matthysse is one of the biggest and best and baddest punchers at 147. I don't 140, not 147, 140. And his knockout percentage is above 80%. He's knocked out some pretty good fighters. It's not like he has knockouts against a bunch of tomato cans. He's knocked out some pretty good fighters. He knocked out John Molina. He knocked out Lamont Peterson. He knocked out just some good fighters. Knocked out DeMarcus Corley. So he's accustomed to knocking out guys who are good fighters. And for him, this fight right here. Yeah, I don't know what his plans are, if he ever plans on moving up to 147, because if he did, there's a lot of good matchups for him there too. But if he moves up to 147, this fight could really expedite that process. Really at 140 for him, outside of Postol, because he's fighting him now. There's really only two names worth fighting at 140 for Lucas Matthysse. You have Terrence Crawford, who's ranked #1 by BoxRec, and then you have Amir Imam, who's upcoming as well. Outside of them two, I don't really see the point of fighting a Broner, fighting a Herrera, unless your plan is to stay at 140. So we'll see what happens moving forward for Lucas Matthysse. But he's got a tough challenge on his hands. A lot of guys do not want to take on Viktor Postol. I know in the past there's been guys who have been offered matches with Viktor Postol. I know. From what I heard, I know Danny Garcia got offers a fight with Viktor Postol, and for some reason that didn't go through. And and there's I think who else was there? There was other fighters too, but for some reason the Danny Garcia one sticks out. Postol has a chance to really make a name for himself because a lot of people just don't know who he is. He's fought on a few undercards. You know, he fought Selçuk Aydin. He fought Selçuk Aydin on back at the Forum in May of last year. But he's never really fought, like, he's never been the main event. So he's gonna be the main event now. So that's gonna be pretty cool for him, being on the main event, fighting for a title. It's a big deal for him, and a win for this is a big step up in his career, and he could become that dude at 140. You know, I don't think he is that dude. I think it's Terence Crawford, but he could become that dude at 140. And if he is to beat Matthysse, then that could set up a potential match with Terence Crawford, who I believe to be the best fighter in the division. And if Postol beats Terence Crawford, then he's the man. So we'll see what happens, but it's a good fight. A lot of attributes both fighters can exploit. If Matthysse does come out with the victory, I'll definitely consider it one of the best wins of his career if he does it convincingly and it's not like a gift decision or anything like that. But let me know what you guys think. Viktor Postol, Lucas Matthysse. Leave your comments down below. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and take care.